We're joined by Ethan Tashobia, who is in Kigali, Rwanda, and Guillaume Chala is speaking to us from Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa. Thank you so much to you both for joining us on Africa Live. Let's start with you, Ethan. Rwanda is asking the African Union to reconsider its intended support for the SADC military mission. Why is Kigali taking this decision?
Hannah, a letter addressed to the African Union chairperson, Faki Mahamat, on the 4th, which was actually yesterday, says Rwanda is protesting, first of all, the meeting that is happening, and also the fact that SADC is going to be fighting alongside an armed group that is opposed to the Rwandan government, and that's the FDR, the Liberation Army that is seeking to destabilize Rwanda, according to the statement from the Rwandan government. And that's the reason why the Rwandan government is actually saying if SADC comes into force, they have already embedded this force that is opposed to the Rwandan government and has been there for over 30 years, and they should be out of the equation if SADC wants to restore peace and stability in the Eastern DRC. And that's where Rwanda comes in to say, if you are trying to stabilize the situation in Eastern DRC, the FDR, a militia, an armed group that has over 30 years held incursions on the Rwandan territory, should be out of the equation. Now, that's the Rwandan government stand.
Ethan, we'll be back with you in a moment. Guillaume, let's come to you. Has there been any reaction, Guillaume, from the African Union with regards to Rwanda's concerns? What are you hearing?
Hannah, officially, the African Union said nothing about the requests of Rwanda stopping the decision that is going to allow the SADC army to go to Eastern DRC. But we know, and we spoke to some officials from the African Union, that while the situation in DRC, in Eastern DRC, is getting worse, M23 rebels against the Rwandan government, ADF rebels against the Ugandan government, and of course FDLR, a rebel group fighting against the government of Rwanda, are operating almost in a manner where they are harmonizing their efforts to destabilize that part of the region itself. There is no way that the African Union can sit down and look at the matters. And they are saying also that MONUSCO, a UN mission in DRC, is finishing up its work, and its soldiers are almost leaving that area effective immediately. If this is the case, then there is going to be a gap of force in DRC, and that's going to leave that part of the country in a much difficult situation. And so we have to proceed and endorse this decision. That's what they're saying, because the humanitarian situation is something to worry about, and also the ongoing conflict itself that has been there for a long time is something that the African Union has been worried about. But officially, the AU said nothing about with regards to the request of Rwanda stopping the decision.
We'll be back with you in a moment, Guillaume. Ethan, let's come back to you. In mid-February, our understanding is that Rwanda had written to the United Nations over the same. Why is Kigali seeking the AU's intervention, and what other solutions is Rwanda proposing?
So Rwanda, since the beginning of this conflict in Eastern DRC that involves M23, which has been linked to the Rwanda in terms of its support, saying that M23 receives support from Rwanda. Rwanda said they do not receive the support. They have aired concerns regarding persecution of the Tutsi Congolese who speak Kinyarwanda, and they are related to the Rwandan government, rather to the to Rwanda and the Rwandan community. But what Rwanda is actually proposing right here, and what we've heard, is that the root cause to this problem should be the sending of FDR, the same armed group, which with some elements that are responsible for the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. And the Rwandan government is saying that's the root cause of the conflict in that area. These people have gone there, according to the Rwandan government, they have taken over security security elements in Eastern DRC. They are collecting taxes from people. They have reintegrated and become Congolese, but they still continue to cause incursions hold incursions into Rwanda, killing innocent civilians, and that's what the Rwandan government is saying is the root cause to the problem of Eastern DRC. But here they are also saying that the same people have been integrated into the Congolese army, but the Congolese government have denied the allegations of backing FDR that is causing insecurities in Eastern DRC. But Rwanda insists that the root cause to the problem in Eastern DRC that have targeted ethnic Tutsis, most of them who are linked to the M23, majority of them are in M23. So the conflict actually comes from there. Most of the people in M23 are Kinyarwanda speaking Congolese, and most of them are ethnic Tutsi in that region. The people who are in FDR are people who left Rwanda in 1994 and left causing the genocide against the Tutsi and fled to Eastern DRC and formed an army there controlling the area. So that's the issue that is happening.
Let's bring in Guillaume into the discussion. Guillaume, so our understanding is that the AU seems to have made a decision. Perhaps you can give us some clarity on that. But it seems as though the AU does seem to have made a decision endorsing the SADC mission into the DRC. What else was discussed at the meeting today regarding this issue, Guillaume?
So achieving cessation of hostilities as soon as possible, and also opening humanitarian corridor in Eastern DRC are top of the list of the African Union Peace and Security Council's meeting today, which was held virtually, by the way. And they have endorsed, of course, the Southern Africa Development Community's proposal of sending troops there. That is going to be named SAMI DRC. That's going to be the new force, which is coming from countries like South Africa, Tanzania, and others at the same time. And these forces are going to be situated mostly in Eastern DRC. And they are also mandated to have a sort of an offensive mandate, which is stronger, which means they are going to fight back when they are fired at, and also take some responsibilities in securing areas in DRC and fighting back perhaps the M23 and other rebel forces there. So the African Union's decision is very strong, despite the fact that there are some regularities and technicalities that are going to be met with DRC and other parties involved. The decision is going to be intact and it should be implemented as soon as possible. The African Union has also asked the international community to support this mission and also filling the gap of MONUSCO, the UN mission in DRC, leaving, and also the AU replacing it through the SADC forces in Eastern DRC. So these are some of the decisions made so far.
So much to discuss. Let's leave it there for now. Thank you so much to you both. That was Guillaume Chala speaking to us from Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa, and Ethan Tashobia was speaking to us from Kigali, Rwanda.